Ladies and gentlemen, on this day in baseball history, August 20th, the longest losing streak in the MLB came to an end. As well as another losing streak came to an end, not quite as long, but I'll talk about that a little bit, as well as a couple of really good things that happened, of course, just around the MLB, including the Little League World Series Classic and a no-hitter. So let's talk about it right here on Today in History. Of course, you can find all this information right down here, as well as in the link in the description. Of course, I want to hear what you guys think about things that happened today in history around the league, as well as looking ahead to tomorrow, and let me know what I should talk about. So let's go ahead and start on August 20th, of course, but in 1957, the nightcap of a doubleheader, Robert Keegan. Have you ever heard of him? Well, he threw a no-hitter, the first no-hitter in White Sox history. Well, the first night no-hitter. How about that? In franchise history, it was the first no-hitter to be thrown in 20 years as the Chicago White Sox beat the Senators 6-0. As you know, the Senators used to be the Washington Senators, now became the Twins. And so, I mean, it's kind of Twins history if you want to look at it that way. But otherwise, the first no-hitter thrown at night in franchise history at Comiskey Park, the original Comiskey Park. So let's go ahead and take a look at that game. I mean, look at these logos right here. That's how different things were back in 1957. But as you see, the game 6-0. The Chicago White Sox were pretty good at this time, 70-48. On the other side of things, the Washington Senators, not so much. But you can see a no-hitter. There's the box score right here. They scored 5 runs in the third, 1 run in the fifth. That was it. 14 hits, scored their 6 runs. And, of course, the Washington Senators didn't get a hit. Bob Keegan was the winner. Chuck Stobbs was the loser, 6-16. My goodness, you could tell that guy, not so good. But it was close to a perfect game. There were 2 walks in this game. Of course, I'll show you the whole box score right here. But 2 walks in this game, and then 1 was grounded into a double play. Fay Thornberry, he walked, and then Eddie Yost grounded into a double play. But also Lou Barry Best. I don't know how to say that guy's name. He walked as well. So 2 walks and a grounded into double play. So we faced 28 batters and had 27 outs. That is pretty good if you ask me. Of course, only the 1 guy left on base was the guy who walked. That is very impressive. If you want to look at the guy himself who threw the no-hitter, here's Bob Keegan. Robert Charles Keegan is his name. He finished with a WAR above 0. How about that? He was above average, 3.2, 40 wins, 36 losses, an ERA of 3.66. He had 5 saves in 87 starts, and over the course of his entire career, he only played 6 seasons with the White Sox. From 1953 to 1958, he was an all-star in 1 season, and that is it. So, other than that, though, in 1957, when he threw this no-hitter, he was 10-8. The only other season that was better than that was when he went 16-9 back in his all-star season. But in 1957, 10-8 with a 3.53 ERA, very good. 20 starts, 6 complete games, 2 complete game shutouts. How about that? In 142 innings, he gave up 56 runs, I should say, 36 strikeouts to 37 walks. So, I mean, not the greatest guy, but if you look at his more advanced numbers, a 106 ERA plus, so that's above average, a 4.78 FIP, I don't know, maybe a little bit below average for the time. Of course, being in the dead ball era, pretty much. A whip of 1.1, not bad. As well as hits per 9, 8.3, and strikeouts per 9, 2.3. So, of course, these guys didn't strike out a lot of guys back in this time frame. I mean, the most strikeouts he had was 61, of course, in his all-star career. So, or in his all-star season. So, there you go. That's a little bit of information about Bob Keegan. But let's talk about the other no-hitter that the Chicago White Sox threw. Of course, the one, what I mentioned 20 years prior, That was against the St. Louis Browns. Again, take a look at their logos right here. There was a couple of errors and whatnot, but there were also 2 walks, 29 batters faced, as Tom Carey grounded into a double play to retire Raleigh Hemsley and, of course, himself, as well as the other guy to get walked was Russ Van Otta, and he was a pitcher. So that was the other no-hitter thrown. And Bill Dietrich, he was the guy who got the no-hitter back in June 1st, 1937. So that was the no-hitter prior to that. So there you go. That is the no-hitter that was thrown today in history. Pieces of information about the White Sox. If you're interested, let's go to the longest losing streak ever in the history of the game. The 1961 Philadelphia Phillies. And of course, 23 games is a long time to lose. And that would be really depressing. So their losing streak started. I mean, considering they won 1 game in there, they could have had a 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 28 game losing streak, or actually 29 if you count the win. So 29 game losing streak. They did win a game on July 28th in a doubleheader against the San Francisco Giants, 4-3. But since that game, July 28th, they lost 23 games in a row, including 2 times they were walked off in extra innings. So there you go. How about that? But here's the game they won. So they played a doubleheader today. They lost the first game, which got them to 23 losses. Again, the record was set at 21 by the Orioles. Well, was that before or not? I guess I'm not exactly sure, because that was in 1961. Well, the other record, the AL record, is 21 games by Baltimore. But the all-time record is 23. So either or, I guess it would have broken that record, as they lost the first game 2-5 to the Milwaukee, who was it? The Milwaukee what? The Milwaukee Braves. Okay, so they were the Milwaukee Braves at the time. Lost the first game, then they won the second game 7-4. They had 13 hits to 9 hits for the Milwaukee Braves. Again, I'll show you the box score right here. John Buzzhart, he got the win. How about that? That's got to feel good to break up a 23-game losing streak. Man, that is absolutely awful. That is absolutely awful. That will probably stand forever. I mean, think about how hard it is to win 23 games. It's got to be just as hard to lose 23 games. I mean, there is no way that you... I can't even comprehend it. But I do want to also cover quickly. So that's the longest losing streak. On this day in history, another longest losing streak was broken with Kansas City in 2005. They lost 19 games. So their first loss came on July 27th against the Chicago White Sox. They lost against Tampa Bay, Boston, Oakland, Cleveland, Detroit, and Seattle before winning against Oakland one time. They won 2-1 on today's date, of course, in 2005. That is absolutely incredible how you lose 19 games. And can you guess the starting pitcher, or the winning pitcher, I guess? Can you guess the winning pitcher? I'll put it up here right now. It is Mike Wood. Again, how bad could you be? I mean, he was only 4-4, but he was the starting pitcher that day and did get the win. Of course, they actually went down early, 1-0. You just saw it, of course, in the box score, but they came back in the 4th inning, answered the 1 run that the Oakland Athletics scored, and put 2 up on the board. Oakland was actually not a bad team at this point, 68-54 to the Royals, 39-82. I mean, that's worse than this season. So that's all I got for you guys today. I do want to cover one more thing that happened. I don't really have any more information on it. It's just something cool that happened. The Little League World Series Classic, it started today in 2017. I think that's a great thing for MLB to do, just because it allows so many kids to see the game and interact with these players. I think it's one of the best things that MLB has ever done, to get these Little League teams involved and have fun with them and play at a ballpark, or next to the ballpark that they play the Little League World Series at. I think it's absolutely awesome. So that happened, of course, Sunday? It is Tuesday. So, of course, time and dates, they shift a day as the years go on. But 2017 today is when who was it? The Cardinals and the Pirates. They played their first ever game at a Little League World Series. And that was, 2 years ago today. That was super fun, super exciting. So I just thought I'd mention that as well. Yeah. So I think that was cool. I'll add that in there. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys do enjoy the video. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Of course, I do these every day. You can check out all the information. I got it from right down here or in the description at nationalpastime.com. And again, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Let me know what you guys think I should talk about tomorrow, going to that website, or if there's any more information, any more pieces of history I'd love to know about, let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.